Hey, Heidi Pratt here with my pregnancy podcast. Another exciting week of pregnancy. I am on week 21. I can't even believe it. This pregnancy is flying by way too fast. I definitely need all the time I can get for the leftover pregnancy, that's for sure. It says in all my apps that my baby is as big as an endyme or something like that. It's like, what the heck? I've never even heard of that fruit or vegetable, whatever that is. But actually, my baby's bigger than that. We went to the doctor's yesterday for that 20-week in-depth exam of your baby, and my baby's about a week bigger than normal babies. He weighs over a pound right now. That is so exciting. He's just growing up so fast already, but it's so fun. He was all cuddled up, and the doctor was kind of irritated, or not quite irritated, but asking me to walk around and try all these different things because he was so cuddled up in this ball, and he had his little legs and his chest, and then hiding his head behind his hands. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. And then at one point, they said he was like sucking his little thumb, and gosh, it's just so fun seeing what he's actually doing in there. And then my friend informed me today, like, oh, I bet he was hiding because it's as loud as a helicopter for the baby in there. And I'm not quite sure because I did do some research and they said that there is no sound, but she definitely is right about most things. So I'm not sure what to think of that. But anyways, it was so fun just having a little window into his life and seeing what's going on down there. The nurse also informed me that he has a very big head. So I've been telling myself, okay, great, that's fine if he weighs more, as long as he just has a normal size head. And now it's like, oh my gosh, please, Lord Jesus, help me. But anyways, I'm sure it's all going to be fine. I'm not going to stress out about it. That's what my new thing. That's what that's what I've been trying to do. But anyways, it was really fun going in there and seeing him, and everything's good and healthy, and the heartbeat and everything that we could possibly see. And poor Spencer, he gets so stressed in there. He's like, I look over at him and his hands were in his hair, and he's trying to video things at the same time, but then he just takes a little break and gets just a little stressed out. But it's so cute that he cares so much already. It just melts my heart seeing that. And it's so fun looking over, watching him in this chair, or sometimes out of the chair, but recording. And I just keep telling myself, this is exactly what the delivery room's going to be like. So this baby's already very blessed to have such a caring, loving father. Well, I guess also my ice cream trick didn't work yesterday. I thought that if I ate ice cream, because I've been told that if you eat something cold, it makes the baby move around more. So I was hoping that if I ate ice cream before the doctor's appointment, I'd be able to see him move the most. But maybe he just got really cold and it actually backfired, or I mean, I don't really know what. But anyways, yes, I did have ice cream before, and it was so good. I'm trying not to eat ice cream all the time and trying to balance it out, but I definitely weigh more again than I'm supposed to on this calculator. Gained more weight, but just gonna enjoy it, enjoy the ride. So I have my big appointment done, check. I've gone to the hospital tour, check. And now I'm starting to look at brands and really seeing and trying to narrow down what I do want, what I don't want. There are a lot of great strollers out there. I love that kind of classic Italian, European stroller that's gorgeous, that like kind of carriage type of thing. And then at the same time, I found this other car seat slash whatever it's called, stroller, pregnancy brain, called the Duna. And actually my friend Rachel Apostle was telling me about it, and her husband got it, and she was so sad when her daughter grew out of it. And my concern was because it seems a little heavy, that I wouldn't be able to lift it, but she said absolutely not, because you never carry the car seat. It just automatically goes down into a stroller. So that seemed like a really great idea. So I might get just the classic carriage and have that for a stroll in the park. Not like I do that, but maybe I will if I have this stroller or around shopping or whatever. And then the car seat stroller just seems like such a good, convenient contraption. So that was brilliant that I saw that person created that. I was like, gosh, I wish I invented that. That was just a really good idea. And then I'm still torn about the Nuna. I still really want the Nuna because it's so lightweight, and do I need a car seat? And now I'm getting into too many things. So anyways, the Doona is the new exciting thing I've found in my life this week that I am excited for. I'm getting more Right maternity clothes. So if you guys need more maternity clothes, I would definitely check them out. I've looked around at a lot of maternity clothes, and there are some other great ones out there, but I love the stretch in their jeans, and I love their clothes. So I tend to stick with them at this point in my pregnancy, but obviously I'm going to get more stuff like that. And then kids' clothes. I don't really know where to start with that. Do I go organic or not organic? Does it make a big difference? Does it not make a big difference? I have friends that are on both sides of the fence, like very strongly. So I don't really know. I kind of want to be in the middle, but I want the best for the baby. And then disposable diapers versus what are they, cloth diapers? I don't know if I want a disposable company to come and do it or if it's too much. I've heard that blowouts don't hold in the cloth ones, but the disposable ones seem so easy. And there's so many great companies now that do all these non-bleached, organic, like 7th generation, that brand I always like for cleaning products and stuff. So I'm going to start looking into that more. And then my biggest thing I really wish I could just freaking figure out is a name. Like, oh my gosh, how the heck am I going to figure out this child's name? I didn't think it'd be so difficult. I think with a girl, it would have been easier for me because there's just a few really pretty names that I love, and they're sweet and pretty, and they're cute when you're little and really pretty and nice when you're older. I mean, I really like my name, Heidi. I think my mom did a good job with that. But I don't know, for a boy, for some reason, I'm just having such a challenge with that. So anyways, guys, if you could keep continuing to give me any ideas, I would really appreciate that. But I don't know. I'm having a really hard time. And then the names I love are taken by other celebrities. And Spencer said that we can't have the same name. Like, I love Axel. I think that's just such a cool, great name. And I guess Fergie named her son Axel. And I love Cruz. That's one of my all-time favorite names. And we can't do Cruz because the Beckham's Cruz. And there's Tom Cruise. And I mean, it's just always something. But it's really hard to kind of figure that out. And then I don't want a same name that my friends have. So anyways, I'm just having a really hard time with that, and I would love to just figure it out, because yesterday when I was looking at him at the doctor's, I was like, come out for me, little, what's your name? And it was like this moment where I kind of felt like I've already dropped the ball as a mom. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know his name. I feel like once I identify him with that name, it just is more, I don't know. Anyways, so looking for that name. I'd like to have 2 that I really love, or 3, and then we can go to the hospital with it and look at him through it and be like, oh, he's the blah, blah, blah. But I just don't even have those top 3 that I just love, or I do and Spencer doesn't, or vice versa. Also this week, I'm officially under construction for planning my baby shower. So I'm starting to look into that. Pinterest, I'm getting some great ideas. But how do you pick the date? That's one of the hard things I'm trying to figure out. I've asked everyone I know, because you don't want to be too big where you're uncomfortable and not really enjoying it and can't move around so much, but not too soon where it kind of wears off and it's like, oh, I had my baby shower so long ago. Like, I want it to be enough time where it's right before the baby and get that excitement and everyone's there and you feel that love. And so it's a hard balance, but I'm trying to figure out if I should have it in August or September. And September is my birthday and August is Spencer's birthday, so I would have to figure it out in between those 2 dates. But I don't know. I'm thinking more of having it when I'm a little less pregnant, so earlier, to be able to just kind of move around and to have more energy and to have enough time to be able to figure out what stuff I do and don't have for the baby. So I think I'm kind of leaning towards August, which would be great. But I don't really know at this point. And everyone's asking me, please get the date because we need to fly out there and everyone needs to get tickets. And I know it's getting more expensive. So it's definitely, the pressure is on to pick the date. But it's so exciting, but it's so much. Another big decision with the baby shower is, do you have it co-ed? Do I have my husband and his friends there, or do I keep it more just women? Because there's something really about like women empowerment that I love, and just having all the women around, and it's such a special energy. And I know when I go to baby showers, I like it more just the women. I don't know, my personal thing. Just like with friends, the ones that I've been to, maybe I just haven't been to enough co-ed. It is fun having co-ed too, though. It's fun. It's more like a party. You know, you have the husbands there and some kids there. And, you know, actually that does sound fun too. And I do want Spencer to be part of it. He's thinking of having his own little bachelor party. I guess they call it like a dad bachelor party, which sounds really fun the night before. Sounds really crazy and very different from my baby shower that I'm going to be having. But I don't know what exactly I should do and what should be more fun. And then I don't want my little brother feeling left out, or my dad, or other family members, but it is kind of traditionally a woman's thing. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm asking Spencer for input, and I think he's leaning more towards his bachelor party. So I think I'll let him do that and have like a guys' night and go out, and he'll have fun with his friends and blow off a little steam or whatever he needs to do, whatever would be fun for him. And yeah. Anyways, so I'm thinking of the themes, and I have a few that I'm narrowing down. It is challenging finding an original theme because I want it to be blue, but something that's feminine enough for me, but sweet enough for my son, and, you know, something that still has that masculinity in it for a boy's baby shower. And then there's so many games, and I don't want it to be like a boring baby shower, but I think it kind of is a tame situation anyways. I'll definitely have mimosas and drinks and fun things for my family and friends and everything like that. But there's some fun games, like guess the candy bar poop in the diaper or something like that. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how to play that. And then blindfold diaper wrapping, where you like blindfold everybody, and then they have to see who can do the diaper the quickest. And then baby Jeopardy was another fun one. My water broke. I think that's a fun game. You like put a little toy in someone's glass, but then I don't want people like drinking plastic. I don't know if that would taste good in their drinks, and I'm a little unclear about that game still. And then there's the more physical games, obviously Twister, and then there's one where you like have to put a balloon in your shirt and a ping pong in between your legs and walk and put it at the jar at the end. So I don't want to make it too challenging for people, but I still want it to be fun. I'll definitely do where you guess how big my belly is. And maybe even ask suggestions for names. I saw that as one. I was like, oh, good one. Let's do name suggestions, because I can get all the help that I need all the help I can get. A location is another hard thing for a baby shower, because I think it would be fun to have it at my house, but then you don't have your house to retreat to afterwards, which I love. I'm a very big homebody, so I definitely want my house to be clean and have it be somewhere to go back to. So I don't know if you have it at the beach or at the park or at a hotel or at your house. I mean, there's other ideas of where to have it too. Or do you rent a place, or do you just save the money and have it here? So I don't know. And then do I have my family stay here? And then some of them or all of them. There's just so many different. It's almost like a wedding. I feel like I'm planning my wedding, and I didn't really plan my wedding very much, so I feel like this is the closest to it, because obviously I had like Hills producers and people like that. Well, I'm sure I could have helped more, but I was really busy, and I didn't think that was going to be the only wedding I ever had. But I do think this is the only first baby shower I'm going to have, so I want to be way more involved, and I guess I'm hosting it myself. Everyone keeps asking me, who's hosting it for you? I'm like, I think I am, because I have more time than a lot of people. I mean, I don't have a lot of time, but I have some. And like my mom works so much, she has no time. My sister has no time, and they're all in Colorado. And then my other best friend's in Santa Barbara. So I don't really have anyone to throw it for me or to be able to do the things that I need to have done for it. So I kind of think I'm hosting my own baby shower, and everyone, my family's like, okay, whatever, we'll help you. And I'm not sure what kind of snacks and food that I want. I definitely want a cake, like a really cute baby cake, but I'm not sure what on top of it. So I guess you do the theme with it. But so I think I'll have cake and then some snacks around and stuff like that, a little bar, some drinks for everybody, maybe Ubers line up so nobody has to drive afterwards. And I don't really think you serve a meal. So I think it's just like a few hours type of thing, just some snacks and stuff like that. So everybody come full or just don't come hungry. One more thing I've been looking into is party favors. I want to get something nice for everyone, but then it starts adding up and getting really expensive. And I definitely don't have time to make everyone a party favor. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about that. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But it's been a big week. I've been starting to feel my son move around a little more, which is great. Week 20, I could feel him at night, and I would go to bed a little bit early to kind of sit back and feel him moving. It's just so cool. It's like this unexplainable feeling. And yeah, it's so cliche, but you really don't know until you feel it. And it's just amazing. So I'm really excited to start feeling him more and more. I might regret that at one point saying that, but for now, it's just so fun feeling him and seeing what he's doing and where he is. And that was fun yesterday too. I'm like, all right, where is his head? Where is his little feet? And just kind of seeing where he naturally is and where he likes to curl up. And the only thing is my rib is really bothering me, but I don't really know what to do about that. I think that's just part of the fun. And somehow I got really sick this week with flu-like symptoms. Some lady coughed on me. This is all I can remember. I'm sure it came from some germ somewhere, but this lady coughed basically on me in the grocery store. It's like, if you see a pregnant lady, please don't cough on her or near her, because your immune system is so low that, and I normally get sick, like on plane rides and in the winter, I always get that horrible flu that's going around. But this, and then I started getting worried because I can't take any normal medicine, really. And then I'm worried if it would affect my son. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, is he sick because I'm sick? And it just took me to this whole other level I didn't really need to go to or need. So it's been very fun. Definitely made me sit down a little more than I planned on doing this week. But it's a lot being pregnant. And it's like, oh my gosh, the last thing you want to do is get sick. And I mean, morning sickness is one thing, but like a flu, that's just a whole nother thing. And speaking of getting sick and morbid news, I realized that I need to get a will together for my child and figuring out who would take care of our son if anything happened to us. And it's obviously a conversation that no one wants to have, but something that we need to have. And this was all prompted by the hospital. I was reading through the packet and they're like, do you have your will and testimony prepared for the hospital? I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I don't. But I guess I do need to have that conversation with Spencer at some point, which will not be the most fun conversation. But we're going to have to figure out what we would do, where we would want our son to be raised. And that seems like the hardest thing, who you would leave your child to. And it might be different. I might think differently than Spencer thinks. And I'm sure we will think very differently because we were raised very differently. And I was raised in Colorado in the mountains. And if I don't know how to put this, but if it weren't me raising my child in the city, I definitely would want my child to be raised in the mountains. I mean, I just love it there. I think it's so great. And, who knows? Maybe one day we will end up moving there. But for now, I love being here in LA, but I wouldn't trust anyone else to raise my kids in the city, personally. I mean, I'm sure my husband thinks very differently. But that is a really fun, exciting conversation that we are going to have. And way more positive, upbeat news. Well, not really news, but I had a prenatal massage this week where you have the belly go through the hole, which was really fun. And I felt him move afterwards when I flipped over onto my back. I felt him move from like one side to the other, and I actually started getting really teary-eyed. It was so cool just feeling him that way. And I wondered if because they say it's really good for you to go on your stomach and to have that gravity that way to stretch out his spine, or I mean, I'm not exactly sure the whole thing of it, but anyways, they say it's really good for him. So it was fun when I flipped over, feeling him just move so crazy. So that was really, really exciting. Well, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I'm very excited. Week 21. Yes. Sorry, that was my phone. But it's so exciting. I'm halfway there. That is just like, ah! And now that the house is almost all the way in order, I can focus on the nursery. I can focus on brands. I'll let you guys know what I find out, what I think is the best. I'm thoroughly researching. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed week.